Hello, Nintendo gamers, also Sega fans and gamers. The Kid here with another video, which is kind of a change for topics that I usually talk on. And this time, initially, I'm going to be addressing Sonic the Hedgehog and the series as a whole. Sega has been doing better with Sonic, but at the same time, I still think they're kind of lacking in creativity with the Sonic franchise. Now, when I say creativity, I mean real new ideas for his games, which his games have been pretty good recently with colors and generations, but they still need a bit of a work. I think Sega needs to go in a new direction. Now, if you guys don't know already, for Wii, Sonic 4 Episode 2 is not coming to the Wii or WiiWare. So, will I stop doing updates on that? No, I'll still do updates on Sonic 4 if we get a 3DS announcement or Wii U announcement sometime in the future. And Sega probably won't talk about Sonic 4 till sometime in the future. So I still have hope left that some Nintendo platform will be announced. But what I'm going to talk about is how Sega can make the perfect Sonic the Hedgehog game. And what they have been doing has been good. Review scores have been good, like getting an 8, Sonic Generations getting an 8 or 8.5. Now, you know, Sega, they advertise these, those little review score commercials, and it's like 8.0. Now, 8 is great for a great score for a game, don't get me wrong. But to have a commercial which basically brags about the review score. 8 isn't something really to brag about. 8 is almost like a B plus if you're making games like that constantly, and that's the case for Sonic. Now, what Sega needs to do with the franchise is do the new Super Mario Brothers thing. It seems like Nintendo, ever since New Super Mario Brothers came out, the first one, they have been including Luigi in every Mario adventure whatsoever in any way, and that's actually opened up a lot more Luigi fans, and Mario fans, of course. So what I'm basically saying is, for the first step of making a perfect Sonic game or a better Sonic game as a franchise is to let Tails be playable. Yes, that's one of the key features. Let Tails be playable. If you don't know me already, I love Tails to death. I mean, I like him almost more than Sonic. He's just a cool character. For some reason, him having two tails, able to spin it to fly and go almost as fast as Sonic, is just so incredibly awesome to me. I loved him since Sonic 2. Ever since he was introduced, and I found out that I could be Tails in the adventure instead of Sonic, I jumped at the chance and I was so excited. Tails is a beloved character, and him being only a supporting character most of the time, non-playable, just there for general information, has kind of made him seem like an irrelevant character. Since the Sonic Advance games, he has stopped being playable. I think he was playable in Sonic 06 and a few other games, but really for the big adventure games, he has not been really playable for the audience to play as him alone. And really, Tails has, well, basically, according to Wiki, the Sonic Wiki and the Archie Comics Wiki, Tails is very awesome. He actually has hand to hand combat skills. He is, I think, the only character outside of Shadow and what's his name? Well, the only character really in a series that actually counts that can go as fast as Sonic. Now, I'm not including Blaze or anyone else. Those are the games. Those are, they have to go fast because that's what the game's based around. But he's the only character outside of Shadow and Mecha Sonic that officially can go almost as fast as Sonic. Now he doesn't go just as fast, go as fast as Sonic, but he goes about a third of the way. Let's say a third of fourth of the way as fast as Sonic can. He's pretty fast, especially when he's in the air by spinning his two tails, and his tails are very powerful, and he's actually able to use his powerful tails to crush enemies. So with all that spinning and stuff, you imagine his tail is nothing but hard muscle. Tails is also a genius and stuff. So they need to incorporate him more in games. He can do the spin dash, the spin attack, no confirmation on the homing attack. But basically, what Sonic 2 established is Tails can basically do everything Sonic can. He can even fight. If you guys think Sonic is the only fighter outside of Knuckles and Shadow, no. Tails can also fight too. I mean, he's a good fighter because in the comics, the Archie comics, Knuckles actually trains Tails to fight. So that's one of the key reasons why Tails needs to be in the game. He's an awesome character. He can do just as much as Sonic can do, basically even more. Like in Sonic 3, he was actually had a very unfair advantage over Sonic since he can both swim and fly. So he was actually a very better character. Kind of like Luigi being able to jump farther and longer and being faster, able to reach things more easier than Mario. So he was actually had more of an advantage. So making Tails playable is one of the key facts of making a perfect Sonic game, and even Knuckles, make him playable and stuff, and make them have their own attacks and play style. Like Sonic, don't make him just have this little kicking move and stuff. Make him able to punch through things while he's going fast, like just a punch while going fast and go through them and stuff. Make him like that, be able to combo, and I'll get back to that later. Second thing to do, stop adding so many characters to the games. You don't. Yeah, you established all the Sonic characters in the game universe. You don't have to put them all in the same game. Like, that's the good thing about Sonic Colors. They didn't blow every character in the Sonic franchise in the game like Sonic 06 did in Generations. It's just Sonic and Tails, the classic, except for Tails wasn't playable. That was the only reason why that game didn't deserve basically a perfect score for me. But that's what I think. Not so many characters, and keep the plot more complicated and stuff. Make it more actiony, more theatrical instead of so corny. Eggman builds this robot and stuff. This isn't Super Mario. It just seems like it won't work. It just doesn't work that much with Sonic the Hedgehog opposed to Mario and Bowser. So, next thing, make a zone editor. That's the thing with platformers today. They don't make editors. You know how much that will expand a platform. That will actually make a Sonic game run for years, especially with DLC for new stage items and other what they call other parts to make your own levels. And you can add, if you want to make them transition to 2D to 3D parts of the level, you have be able to do that. You can create certain trick rings and stuff and all that. So having a zoned editor will actually make the game, expand the game, and make the game able to be played for literally years at a time, because that will go so far into revolutionizing Sonic as a game that you wouldn't have to release a Sonic game for another year or two if you incorporate all that I'm talking about Sega. So that's what I think they need to do. Also, make the game a little bit more aggressive. Not the same, oh, I'm gonna boost through these enemies and they're gonna fly away, and then I'm gonna slide down here. No, make it more action based. They did something right with the time triggers, whatever you call, where you press the buttons at the right time. But do that better. Make it like this. There's certain points of the level where Sonic is like doing these just awesome things. And one thing I'm gonna note is, uh, if you want to know what I'm trying to say, I would look at the uh, cinematic opening to Sonic Unleashed, where Sonic is like blowing through enemies. He's doing these tricks, and he's doing a spin attack, and he's dodging these robots in slow motion. It just looks so cool. And that's what I'm talking about. There needs to be action sequences where he's actually doing something, affecting something, not just trying to get up to a higher part of a platform or lower part or a secret area. Just more of these actiony scenes. Make the game two players with Tails. I know that kind of sounds like it will be hard to do, especially with the 3D parts of the level, but make them have combo moves. Sonic and Tails, Tails holding Sonic's hands and flying him and stuff. Make them have, combo moves together. Have these little scenes where in the level they like split up and you have to time base these certain button triggers and they do these awesome moves and stuff. Just make it more cooler, more epic, more what more what Sonic should be able to do. Sonic can fight too. He can punch. He's powerful. He has super speed, accelerated healing. He has all of that, and he needs to be more epic. The next thing that Sega needs to probably do is maybe make a open world game. I mean, for another example where you can go wherever you please, and please Sega, please establish if Sonic is in Morbius, his world, or in this world, which is supposed to be our world, and that started ever since Sonic Adventure. And you know what? It seemed like the games when he was in Morbius have been better than when he's in supposedly our world. And I guess Sonic Generation takes place in his world, not ours. But they need to establish that more. And you know what? A free open world Sonic game would be so awesome to move at high speeds as Sonic with a detailed environment. Every environment has levels, of course, zones and stuff, but when the game's over, you can do side quests and, of course, just blow through the level. Just this big open world that just you can just zoom through as either Sonic or Tails or Knuckles. You can go to what's it called? I forgot the floating item island name, Angel's Island. You can go there on Tails, his plane and stuff at will. You can even fly his plane at will. Just make an open world, and if you think about it, it fits Sonic so much. Sonic personality is the personality of wind. It blows, it goes where it wants. And that's how Sonic is. And in the open world environment, you'll actually feel like you're being Sonic. You're going wherever you want. You're going here, you're going up these hills, up these loops, these random loops here. And just think about an open world Sonic, how vast it should be, how beautiful it will be to play through that. Now, open world games shouldn't just be open to basically superhero games or Grand Theft Auto. It should be open to this, and I think it's a really good idea if you know this came out for the Wii U, since it's overall going to be more powerful than PS3 and stuff. It will have to have a powerful system to handle this. Sonic going so fast and stuff, and you know it would be nice if that can happen. So those are basically what I think will make a perfect Sonic game. What do you guys think will make a perfect Sonic game? Comment in the comments below and tell me what you think. What do you think about my ideas? And I'll tell you about what I think about your ideas. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a debate. That's fine, as long as it doesn't get, you know, out of hand. And I also like Sega to have options for those older fans to be either classic Sonic and classic everyone, just for the fans, just to have a little bit of fan service right there, so everybody can enjoy the game. You can unlock them or something. I in general like both Sonics. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.